Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka Wise Clown. I'm an empath, and I do these videos, well, for a few different reasons. It's kind of a daily report, how I see things, how they're progressing in this ascension. I collect data in all kinds of different places. I get it from the vibe. I listen to what universe, spirit, whatever you want to refer to it, God, higher power, whatever floats your boat, you know. As long as it's something outside of yourself that you can believe in, you know. Yeah, we are, humans are capable of a lot of things, but we are not capable of going at it solo, and we are not the captains of our own ship. I mean, yeah, we have free will and choice and stuff like that, but all we have is how we're going to react to situation. We don't really have a whole lot of control as to the situations that are put in front of us. Sometimes we're warned. I wanted to live in Oregon my whole entire life. And it took me, moved here when I was 42. And it just, and for the year up and before that, and even, from the time that I was putting my plan in action, my manifestation, power, whatever you want to call it, humans glorify everything. I kept having these reoccurring dreams that I'd come back to the west side and I'd have everything stripped away from me. But the reality is you can't, you can't have, nobody can take your education away from you, Um, I wonder if that holds true if somebody got a degree with ITT or an institution, an accredited institution that has been discredited by some entity, do they take your education, all the time that you spent, learning about stuff? No, it doesn't make the information irrelevant. So, anyway, I'm getting a little off the topic. Um, I got myself off the topic too far. Oh, I kept having these dreams about, how these things would, it's like I wouldn't be destitute, but things would be really, really, really difficult. And it was like I was trying to tell myself that this is what's going to happen and to be prepared. It was more of a, you know, it's only how we perceive it is the only determining factor. I could look at it as like I had these dreams and I created this fear in myself and then match the vibration when I got here to live in that fear. Or I could look at it as because I have been diligent and I check in with astrology daily, man. I'm always trying to educate myself more about it. And there's just depends on who I'm looking at is going to teach me what, because some teachers have what they're attracted to, So if I'm in line with what they're trying to teach, then it's going to make sense to me. Otherwise, that information ain't for me, it's for somebody else. It's not my tune. So because I follow the astrology, I know every step of the way, of how people are, the general consensus of how people are feeling, and it's mirrored in the on a large scale in news media. You know what I mean? I did a video a few weeks ago, and I was talking about the astrological planetary alignments. Like, sometimes when these, planets align, it in history, planes have crashed. Well, last week, one day, two planes crashed, a cargo plane and a was it seventh, I can't remember what the, anyway, but it's not something that you got to use your intuition with what you know about it, and it's becoming oh so apparent for people. I mean, it's becoming a matter of life and death for people to listen to their intuition. It really is. I mean, really, either people are fucking evil or they're not. I mean, either they're seedy or they're not, man. The seedy, it's like, I'm always cautious around men anyway, because, I mean, with my life experience, and it's not like I'm trying to get close to one to marry one, you know what I mean? That ain't my bag. Ladies, they're all yours. You can have them all. Viagra and all. Nah. The men are coming in balance with their divine feminine. And because, and that's what's happened with all this seedy stuff, is they denied it. The divine feminine, they denied it. They stuffed it. They put it down. The hurts, the desire to be, cared for, and, whatever, men. I'm not going to speak for them, but I'm just saying is that there's been a great imbalance, and they overcompensated. Everybody knows about dudes that drive big trucks, right? Yeah. People overcompensate in all kinds of ways. I used to overcompensate in in and 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 because I did, I wasn't acting how I felt. I was trying to act how other people, I thought that other people wanted me to act to keep me in their lives. But see, the funny thing about people that change the rules all the time is they're always going to change the rules. So it doesn't matter how you act, if you dress a certain way or, drive certain cars, because they're not happy with themselves, they're constantly going to be looking outside for things to make themselves happy. People have done it for the history of humans. They've done it, and now all this control stuff is just all coming down. 400 plus freaking, is that what it was? 400 plus subpoenas issued to Nebraska Catholic institutions relating to sex abuse cases. Now, I think it was a year ago, because I freaking always had a bad feeling around College World Series, and maybe there's a time. The thing is with all universe, all possible, multi-universe, all things possible, multi-universe. The thing is for every thought, there is a timeline that can't exist. I remember thinking, getting the connection of the College World Series in Creighton right there, and then all this stuff with the sex trafficking stuff, because a lot of women get taken from Native American women, they take them from these rural areas where they won't be missed, until they get freaking seedy and ballsy and gross, and they'll just start taking people in plain sight, And the creepiest part about it is these guys, dude, they have so much money. I mean, they could pay for something a little less, grimy and grimy, but they're dipping into that low vibration. They are seedy, dirty, gross dudes, And I never liked football anyway, because guys like their trophy, whether they cheat or not to get it. Men have to have their trophies, right? And, to be fair, women, we got masculine energy in us too. And in all this men stuff that I'm talking about, women that have too much masculine energy in them, they are just as is the men, that are imbalanced too. There are plenty of women that have done terrible things. It ain't gender specific. It's all vibrational, It's all vibrational, and now people are just wanting to stay safe, They just want that. It's all people have ever wanted, is just to be safe. And now there's more of an extreme instances of people just not being safe. You know what I mean? And just trying to, here's a story about community, because I'm all excited about people coming back into community and stuff like that. And there's a train south of here. I haven't heard a train whistle in days, and I gotta tell you, I don't mind. I like it quiet, but there's a train stuck on the track down by Eugene for 36 hours. They were stuck. That seems, as much as those Union Pacific people fly their employees all over the world for fancy meetings and stuff like that, think they could pull the resources together to frickin' get a train moving a little bit quicker than that, especially because it was so close to the city. But I'm sure they did the best they could, right? People do what they want when they want. People want to help people, they're gonna make things happen just like that. Yeah, but anyway, they sat there and they made the best of it. I mean, yeah, the snack cars was empty, and but there's a kid playing the ukulele for kids that couldn't sleep, and they what else are you gonna do? But unite. And there's a lot of balanced people on that train, you know. Thank goodness there wasn't anybody too imbalanced. But that's what's coming in is Venus. All the Venus. Dude, we're in the age of Aquarius, man. Shit is fluid, crazy, and weird. People are weird. Sometimes there is no rationalizing their behavior because they aren't coming from thought. They're acting out of emotion. And emotion, when people react from those places, oftentimes it's void of logic. That's why we're going to see more weird stuff happening in the world. So, you know, putting yourself in a big, thick, insulated safety box and having an arsenal of stuff, you're just creating more fear, things to be afraid of, you know? But, so the camaraderie of coming back around, you know? And also, I'm going to end on this, is that it's important that we get in line with the things that are good for us, you know? Like, I remember every year is like, I hate sports, but I could listen enough about sports at work because I always worked, because I was in the Air Force and I worked in IT, so I could I could listen enough and have a conversation with anybody, right? So my brother used to be a big old football fan. He used to meet his, you know, frat brother buddies every year, Super Bowl Sunday, and do their thing, and you know, he always did fantasy, so I could talk to him about that because I could relate to him there. Um, and all of a sudden, it was like one year I asked him about fantasy football. He's like, I don't do it anymore. And it was just like, I know people can level up. You know, things, you know, sports are just something that people distract themselves with, you know, from their own feelings and emotions and stuff like that. But Venus is grabbing everybody by their feelings and pulling them up in a very, very rapid way. And it's shocking to a lot. So, if you don't know what's going on, as long as you keep looking for answers, you're going to find them. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.